Hasbro online. Incoming transmission from talent. Please stand by.
Welcome back to the X-Centric Collector channel. I'm Talent the X-Centric Collector, and today I'm bringing you some very exciting news. Hasbro just did their final reveals of 2024. So these figures are going to be coming out in 2025, and I am super excited. I am the X-Centric Collector, so I mainly collect X-Men. So we're just going to go ahead and get the spider of it all out of the way first, and then we'll jump right into the X-Men stuff. I'm going to just briefly cover the Spider-Man stuff because I'm not, huge into the Spider-Man lore. So forgive me if I get some of this wrong. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first up, they're releasing an Amazon exclusive Lizard figure, which is from Spider-Man No Way Home. I love that movie, and I absolutely adore the fact that they brought all the different Spider-Man villains and the different Spider-Mans from the other movies into the main MCU. It was really cool to see. And this Lizard figure is absolutely awesome. It's pinless, and I'm hoping going forwards in 2025, no more pins on figures, fingers crossed. I'm sure we'll probably see one here or there, but it will end up being rare rather than the norm. So like I said, fingers crossed. All right, so moving on. Next, we have a Spider-Man retro wave. I love retro carded figures. The X-Men retro card figures really give that nostalgia feel from back in the early Toy Biz days before Legends were even a thing. And these Spider-Man retro cards are just beautiful. So let's briefly cover each one. First, we have Spider-Man Unlimited. I am not familiar with this character, but the design is awesome. I mean, just awesome. He's got these cool looking gauntlets. He's got the webbed cape, kind of similar to Spider-Man 2099. And that color scheme is just beautiful. Sweet figure. Next up is Agent Venom. It's Flash Thompson, who got the... Flash was Spider-Man's bully, for those of you who aren't aware. But in one of the storylines, he ended up getting the Venom symbiote and became Agent Venom. And that is a very, very cool looking figure. There are a lot of accessories with each of these figures in the line. Great job, Hasbro. Very, very happy about all of this that I'm seeing. Even though I'm not collecting Spider-Man figures, I'm happy for you guys because this line just looks awesome. He comes with a gun, 2 sets of alternate hands, an alternate head. Very cool. All right, moving on to Spider-Boy. Now, I have no idea who this character is, but he looks awesome. He's got an alternate head with extra spider eyes and actual like fangs coming through the mask. I'm gonna have to do a little deep dive on him just for my own benefit because he looks sweet. He also has alternate hands and a little backpack, and he has sneakers. Are you copying Miles? Are you copying Miles, Spider-Boy? And apparently this is the first pinless child buck, so we're gonna I think we can look forward to more child-sized figures with pinless bodies. So awesome, can't wait to see more of that in the X-Men line. Next we have Chameleon, and it's the animated Chameleon from the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. I used to watch that, and I know this character very well. And he comes with a J. Jonah Jameson mask head, so it's kind of like flat, like he just took the mask off. And if you actually wanted him to have different heads, it's just Hasbro, man. You just pop any head onto the body you want. So that's very cool. And he also has some guns and alternate hands. That is an awesome addition. I think a lot of people wanted that to come out in like a 2-pack with the VHS line, but they said they're not going to be doing any more VHS figures for now. And to be honest with you, it's windowless boxes. It's a cool gimmick, but for people who are inbox collectors, it kind of sucks. So seeing it on a retro card, very cool. All right, next we have Kane. I know a certain YouTuber who's probably flipping out about this. Oh my God, that looks good. The colors on this thing. I don't think I've seen a figure with this color scheme. Yes! It's hot pink with that like dark grayish blue and then some light blue. Marvel's Kane is basically a clone of Spider-Man. If I'm wrong, don't shoot me, but I think he's a clone of Spider-Man that went wrong somehow, and he just looks fantastic. He comes with alternate hands, and that appears to be it. But to be honest, even with the lack of accessories, he's one of the best looking figures in this wave. And then finally we have Electro, but it's the female Electro named Francine Fry. Again, not a huge Spider-Man fan, so I don't know a lot about this character. From what I've heard, she is someone who I guess died and then was resurrected by the Jackal and given Electro powers. I gotta tell you though, I am very excited about this figure for one reason, selfish reasons. She comes with a brand new electricity effect. I see a future storm on the horizon with some really solid electricity effects. Very exciting stuff. She looks fantastic. She looks like Electro with boobs. So awesome. I'm really happy for you guys that collect Spider-Man figures, because it looks great. It looks great. And I think that's all they announced for the Spider-Man figures, and I feel like 2024 it was mid. There were some really nice figures, but we didn't get a Build-A-Figure wave, and this coming year we're gonna get a Build-A-Figure wave. So we'll get into that in a second. But first, they announced a new Professor Xavier in his green jumpsuit. Now they're saying it's like Savage Land Xavier, but if I'm being honest, this is the Xavier I've always wanted. Now, I want him in a hover chair, but luckily I already have a hover chair and I got another one on the way. So I'm gonna be taking that suited body out and then putting the jumpsuit in. It's a Target exclusive, and I don't really like when they do exclusives. Like the Walgreens exclusives were probably the biggest pain in the butt, because you actually had to go to the store to pick them up, and hunting them down could be almost impossible. For some people, they might not even have a Walgreens around them. So it was really hard to get, and they wouldn't let you order it online. Luckily, Target isn't like that. So if it had to be an exclusive, Target exclusive, I'm cool with. I'm gonna be getting several of these, at least 3, at least. This is look at him. It's Chuck, man. In every way, shape, and form that you could want. He comes with that mind hand, and then 2 additional, it looks like fisted hands, plus looks like grippy hands almost, like he could be holding a gun or something. Man, and he comes with a new Cerebro helmet, also cool. Definitely going to be taking that old Cerebro helmet out and then using the new one. Again, Target exclusive. They didn't announce when it's going to be up for pre-order, but you can bet your bottom dollar when it is. I'm putting mine in. All right, and now, this is the most exciting thing. We haven't had an X-Men Build-A-Figure wave, like I said, in over a year. And I've been waiting, and like, who are they going to do for a Build-A-Figure? And this may be a controversial take, but they decided to do Holocaust, or Nemesis, as they had to end up calling him. I get it. Holocaust, it's a little bit of a problematic word, but Holocaust is from the Age of Apocalypse, and this is a different version. This is a later version of him that appeared in the 616 and not Age of Apocalypse proper. I would still like to get that version of him. If they decide to do it down the road, I'll definitely pick it up. But this is look at this thing. This is amazing. The helmet comes off. The skull has an articulated jaw. The flames. He just looks fantastic. I mean, this is brilliant. The gun arm. Ooh. Getting the flames around the skull with the helmet off. I'm gonna have a hard time deciding how I should display this, with the helmet on or with the helmet off, because both just look phenomenal. Yeah, I can't really gauge the size of it, even though as you can see, they did show the size of him next to the figures. Videos never really do these things justice. You actually have to see it in person to truly understand. And I gotta tell you, regardless, I mean, he just looks great. I'm very excited about that. All right, so who comes in this wave? It is X-Force Nightcrawler, who they already announced, which of course I'm excited. Nightcrawler is my favorite character. I gotta get at least 2 of these. One to go with the Uncanny X-Force, and then one to go in my Age of Apocalypse display, even though it's not 100%, you know, the Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler, because the outfit is the X-Force outfit, but he will fit. And also recently announced was the Age of Apocalypse Gambit. And I am absolutely thrilled to get this because, to be honest, I really hoped that they would do a full-on Wave 3 of Age of Apocalypse, because there's a bunch of characters we still don't have. Storm, Quicksilver, take your pick. I mean, there are so many that we still haven't gotten. But if they sprinkle like 1 or 2 here and there, I'm fine with that. And getting this Gambit, awesome. Very cool. The Age of Apocalypse display is going to get a lot of love in 2025 between Holocaust and Gambit. Next up, we have Fabian Cortez. Again, they previously announced this and showed us, but man, I am excited. This was when I really started reading comics, was around the time of the Acolytes, and even Colossus joining the Acolytes. Like, Fabian Cortez was Magneto's right-hand man, so having him be the first one seems appropriate to me, but I hope that they fill this team out a little. We could use a 5-pack, Hasbro. Give us a 5-pack. We can get 5 more Acolytes all at once. That would be awesome. But if you're gonna sprinkle them in just one at a time, I'd be okay with that as long as you keep them coming. Just don't make us wait forever, please. So that's another cool figure. And I would be remiss if I don't point out that all of these figures in the wave seem to have a bunch of accessories. Not just a Build-A-Figure piece, we're talking alternate heads, alternate hands. In Nightcrawler's case, he comes with a sword. In Fabian Cortez's case, he comes with some fiery power effects. In Gambit, he comes with his bow staff and alternate hands. It's looking good. Okay, so next, now this is super exciting. Husk from Generation X. Man, look, so I took a Monet figure and then I took a White Queen and with the shorter hair, and I put it on the Monet figure as a stand-in for Husk and gave her like metal hands. And that's good for now. But the fact that they're giving us a proper Husk, so cool, and it makes me think that we're gonna be seeing more. We still need Skin, we need Mondo, and we need Jubilee at the very least. But Mondo, he'd make a great Build-A-Figure. So I'm very excited for Husk. The alternate head with her peeling her skin off to reveal the metal underneath is so cool. And then the skin attachment they're giving her, again, amazing. Very, very exciting. And then next up, we have X-Factor Cyclops. Now, we've gotten an X-Factor Cyclops, but it was the blue and white. This is the blue and yellow, and it's much cleaner and it's pinless. So very, very excited to have that. But the best part is he comes with a new optic blast effect that looks like it's actually hitting something. It's not just like shooting off into space. It's impact. I'm gonna need to get more of these. I'm not gonna buy multiple figures just for the blast effect, but some people do sell their blast effects, so maybe I'll pick some extras up that way. But yeah, it's nice to see them branching out and actually giving us new effects like that. Like I said, that electro lightning effect, seeing that on a Storm going forwards, it's gonna be awesome. Very excited. Fingers crossed. Going forwards, we get an actual original X-Factor team. I'm very excited. The Cyclops looks awesome. And perhaps my favorite of the line, other than Nightcrawler, is Marrow. Marrow, look at Marrow with her bones. She's got bone daggers, she's got bones coming out of her back and then lining her spine. I mean, it just looks great. Marrow was one of those X-Men that joined in the mid to late 90s. She joined at the same time Maggot did, and Maggot is one of my favorite X-Men characters because he's just so weird. His powers are awesome. And Marrow will fit nicely on a team with Maggot. Then we just need Cecilia Reyes. Those were the three characters that were new X-Men all at the same time. And of course we had Joseph, but I have my Age of Apocalypse Magneto helmetless head on one of the Strike Force bodies, and that's a perfect Joseph. So even if they never gave us a Joseph, I don't care, I got a Joseph. So with Marrow, all we need is Cecilia Reyes, and then that'll fill out that team. So I'm very excited for that. This wave does not have a single figure that I'm not excited for, except I guess it's Ultimate Wolverine. It's another Wolverine. I mean, it looks good. It looks better than a lot of Wolverines we have, but you know, it's just Wolverine in black with some nice deco. It's another Wolverine. But luckily, he doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, so take it or leave it. I'm gonna get one, at least one to hang on the wall. Will I open him? I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, this wave is an absolute banger of a wave in my opinion. Say what you want about the Build-A-Figure, but it looks good. And for those people who already have the original version of Nemesis or Holocaust, now you got a new version. Yes, we want an updated version of that. I get it. I want one too. But this thing looks amazing. So I'm super excited. The fact that these figures come with so many accessories, everything about these look great to me. And tell me, are you guys gonna get this whole wave? Or are some of you gonna pick and choose? But you know if you pick and choose, you don't get the bath, so. But yeah, guys, that's about it. That's what they announced today. Oh, I almost forgot. They're hints. Let's look at the hints. All right, so they like to tease and give you hints at what figures they're going to be announcing next time. And the first one was a staff with a bird on top. And right like off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. I absolutely have no idea who this is. Is it an Egyptian figure? Is it maybe a Shi'ar something that I don't know of? It looks cool, and excited to see whatever it is. I hope it's X-Men selfishly, but who knows? All right, the next hint was a spider web. That's easy, but which Spider-Man? Could be anything. There's so many Spider-Man across the multiverse. It could just be regular Peter Parker. Who knows? So that one, we know it's a Spider-Man something, but what? I don't know. And the last hint. This hint, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. It looks like metal shards, almost feather-like. So my guess is Archangel, and not just Archangel, but probably the X-Force Archangel. So we're gonna get an updated black and white version of Archangel with new wings, and if I'm looking at this correctly, these will probably somehow attach so that it looks like he's shooting off the metal feathers. And if I'm right, I'm so excited for that. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. 2025 is shaping up to be an awesome year for Hasbro Marvel Legends. And I, for one, am looking forward to it. Not only is it going to be a fun year to collect, it's going to be a fun year for Toy Tuesdays. If you haven't checked out my Toy Tuesday episodes, every Tuesday I release a new episode of an action figure where we check out the action figure itself, but we also do a deep dive into who the character is, their first appearance, that sort of thing. It's a lot of fun and you should definitely check it out. That's all we have for today. I'm Talent, the Eccentric Collector, reminding you, keep collecting. And until next time, Excelsior!